Hey everyone, today we're going to be talking about an extremely limited edition series of this Breitling Bentley Barnato. Only 100 of these watches were ever made and only one of these videos will be made. Welcome back again. We are going to be talking about the Breitling Bentley Barnato. If you want to check out all the full details on this watch, we do have it listed on our website. The stock number is 36025. Now, there's a lot of history again with the Breitling for Bentley. The collusion between the two working together, the cooperation dates back around 70 years to the grandson of the founder, Leon Breitling. Of course, his grandson's name was Willie Breitling, and he happened to be a huge fan of Bentleys. He was frequently spotted driving, behind the wheel of one of his many Bentleys that he had, and he was also really into the race scene. Now, Bentley is known for its luxurious sports cars. You've probably seen them out on the streets, especially down here in Atlanta and the, larger cities around the world. You'll find these cars, but a lot of the ones that you see on the streets are going to be these luxurious sports cars. Well, we don't need to get that confused with just the brand itself because they've got a lot of history on the track as well. They have an impressive track history when it comes to their performance. Back in the 20s, say like 1924 to 1930, Breitling competed in the 24 Hours of Le Mans, which is a race I'll get into in a second, and they ended up winning 5 of those races. Since then, they came back to Le Mans. In 2003, they returned and took the top 2 places. So that's going to be first and second place with a Bentley car. Now, we've done a video in the past on the Tag Heuer Monaco Grand Prix. It was one of the watches that I'm wearing today. Of course, I did the video on an unworn piece. This is a separate one that we do have in stock as well. But I went into a lot of detail about what the Triple Crown of Motorsports, it's this unofficial title given to to any winner of the 3 legendary races. And I went into a lot of detail about the Monaco Grand Prix in particular because the watch it was a Monaco edition, but there were 2 other races that are a part of this Triple Crown. And one's going to be the Indy 500, which most of us are pretty familiar with, and then the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Now, for those of you who are somewhat familiar with racing, but maybe not well versed in the scene, most races have a predetermined distance, right? It's a number of laps around a track, a certain amount of mileage that you're going to compete against. And the idea is to accomplish or get across that distance in the shortest amount of time. This race is set up a little bit differently. It's a 24-hour race, so it's not about completing a certain amount of laps quicker than everybody else. It's about going for 24 hours straight and going farther than any of the other teams. Now, of course, it is a 24-hour race, so you're going to have the drivers, crew members, everybody's working on shifts. There's no real feasible way to actually drive behind the seat of a sports car for 24 hours. It is extremely exhausting beyond, contrary to what a lot of people think that you're just sitting there. It is extremely strenuous on the mind and the body. And trying to ask a human being to do that for 24 hours is just outside of the realm of reality. So it is a team-based sport. But again, it's going to be a 24-hour race where it's not just about going the fastest. You have to be able to balance the speed with, the ability of the car to be able to continue functioning at its optimal level of performance without having any sort of mechanical failure. Now, that kind of leads us into this watch because it was designed with the same ambitions in mind. Endurance. We want to be able, not necessarily go fast, right? Because all watches should be keeping regular timekeeping, but we want it to be able to go the distance. And this watch is no exception. So again, this is the Breitling Barnato. This is a limited edition series or a collection within the Breitling Barnato. You'll notice that it has some key features that separate it from the other Barnato watches. Primarily is going to be the studded black diamonds that you'll find on the lugs, as well as inside the hour markers and on the chapter ring around the dial. Now, you've probably noticed that, the color scheme of this watch, it's got a black rubber strap, it's a black case, we have black diamonds, we've got some red accents, and some silver. And on the Tag Heuer video that I did, very similar color scheme. And so it begs the question, what's up with these colors and why are they so common in racing watches? Well, it actually comes down to that color scheme of black, red, and silver or white is concurrent with the racing culture. So it's quite common to find those colors associated with any sort of racing memorabilia. Now, this watch is more than just memorabilia. It does have the Breitling 41B movement contained inside of it. It's an ETA-based movement. It has a 42-hour power reserve. It beats at 28,800 vibrations per hour, and it's got 100-meter water resistance. So, of course, we're not going to recommend actually swimming in this piece, but if you've got the top down and you're cruising around and it starts raining, worry about getting your top up. Don't worry about taking your watch off. It'll be just fine. The one thing you want to keep in mind, you do want to have the crown screwed down to make sure that that seal is in place. And you're not going to want to actually press the pushers while you're in any sort of water environment. But the watch itself is, as I said before, designed to last for, multiple generations. So this watch is going to outlive myself and all of the viewers of this video. So if you're looking for something that's going to last for a long time and maintain that timeless status, well, I don't think racing's going anywhere. It's been around for centuries. Of course, it's evolved as, cars have come into play, and now we've expanded that. We have races on the water, we have races up in the air, and I don't see racing disappearing from human culture anytime soon. So I'd come check this watch out before it's too late. This is the only one we have in stock. Again, I said there were only 100 of them ever made. This particular one was number 29.